Okay. I wouldn't remake a movie because I want to turn this song into a movie.
Okay.
2 of them.
I like that. I like that idea.
The night that the lights went out in Georgia.
Okay.
It was originally sung by the one who played was it Vicky? She played in the Carol Burnett show. She did Mama's Family, but Vicky something. She did that song, but Reba remade it. Cause I'm a big Reba fan. Shout out to Reba. Vicky, what was her name? Vicky Lawrence or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it's about her brother that got framed in a small country town because his wife was a whore and she was sleeping with everybody in the town. He went to a bar crying about his wife. He's tired of his wife cheating on him. And the dude that was talking to him, he's like, I'm going to be honest, I've been with her myself. Like, everybody in the town had her. And I guess the judge was in love with her. And because he's going around talking about it, he wanted him out the picture. So basically, that judge had his wife and the other lover killed and framed her brother. And basically, she killed his... No, he
framed the husband?
Yeah, they framed the husband and the wife walked off. That's what it was. The wife walked off and sister, she ended up killing his wife and hid her body and nobody knew where the body was.
Let's read this. He was on his way home from Candletop. Mm-hmm. He'd been 2 weeks gone and he thought he'd stop at Webb's and have him a drink, for he went home to her. Andy Wardlow said hello, and he said, hi, what's doing, whoa? He said, sit down, I got some bad news that's going to hurt. He said, I'm your best friend, you know that's right, but your young bride ain't home tonight. Since you've been gone, she's been seeing that aimless boy, Seth. Well, he got mad, and he saw red, and Andy said, boy, don't you lose your head, because to tell you the truth, I've been with her myself. The chorus, that's the night the lights went out in Georgia. That's the night they hung an innocent man. Well, don't trust your soul to no backwoods southern lawyer, because the judge in the town's got blood stains on his hands. Verse 2, well, Andy got scared and left the bar and went walking on home because he didn't live far. You see, Andy didn't have many friends, and he just lost him one. And brother thought his wife must have left town. So he went home and finally found the only thing Papa had left him, and that was a gun. And he went off to Andy's house, slipping through the backwoods quiet as a mouse, came upon some tracks too small for Andy to make. He looked through the screen at the back porch door, and he saw Andy lying on the floor in a puddle of blood, and he started to shake. Well, the Georgia Patrol was making their rounds, so he fired a shot just to flag him down, and a big-bellied sheriff grabbed his gun and said, why did you do that? And the judge said guilty in a make-believe trial, slapped the sheriff on the back with a smile, and said, supper's waiting at home, and I got to get to it. Damn! Well, they hung my brother before I could say that the tracks he saw while on his way to Andy's house out back that night were mine. And his cheating wife had never left town. And that's one body that'll never be found. See, little sister don't miss when she aims her gun. That's the night that the lights went out. So she killed him for her brother. Mm-hmm. Oh, I got goosebumps. Oh, man.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
And then...
So that makes sense. It's like when you seek vengeance, you know, it's you harm innocent people in the process.
And then what made me get the idea when Reba made the video.
Okay.
She did it from when she was young till she's old, telling the story. Because she wanted to basically tell the lawyer she was the one who did it. But it was so... They didn't even charge her.
Dang.
You get what I'm saying? That's what gave me the idea. Like, why nobody made this a movie? Like,
yeah, this is a great movie.
Like, okay, like...
Why don't we just write this right now?
Yeah, that's a movie I would do. And The Devil Went Down to Georgia.
Yeah.
I would do that because it's I felt like it was based around, because I guess they changed the lyrics based off of Robert Johnson, because I grew up on the folklore of Robert Johnson because I'm from Arkansas. The blues singer, the Delta blues singer, Robert Johnson.
Right, who sold his soul at the Crossroads.
Yeah, so I would do a movie of that. Because everybody they didn't never make a real...
That would be so good.
Yeah, like those two.
Oh my God.
So I would do it based off of songs that ain't nobody...
Dude. Grace, we should put our heads together and write this story, because like right now I feel like that would be awesome.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like a black person. All right, think about this. A black person. Robert Johnson. What was this? Born in 1911.
Died at... He was
May
29. 8th. Yeah.
Died at 29.
He was poisoned.
Okay, so that's around that year where the,
He only did 28
Heath
tracks.
Ledger, Amy Winehouse.
Lucky 20 or something.
Kurt Cobain, right? Janis Joplin. No, not Janis Joplin.
Yeah, she was like around. She
Was it her or was it somebody else?
It was Janis.
So anyways, check this out. Nobody's going to steal this idea because nobody watched this podcast, but here it is.
Yes. How you know nobody watched?
27. He was 27.
Yeah.
1911 to 1938. Okay, so here, check this out. He goes to the crossroads. He sells his soul, and he lives out his life as a successful black musician in today's time.
Right.
Because he couldn't have done that back then. You know what I mean? And so he gets to experience all the access to affluence and riches and high up people by being such a popular musician.
Right.
But in today's time where that happens, like Kanye, Jay-Z, like they're in rooms with billionaires talking business deals.
Right.
You know what I mean? That wouldn't have happened back then.
No.
That would have been like, okay, you're a great musician, but we're not going to have conversations with business. With you. With your kind now.
Around here, boy.
So that would be so cool.
Yeah.
And it's like you. It's almost like be careful what you wish for scenario.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, cool. You've got all this freedom now, and you've got this success, and people are accepting of you. But now what do you do with it? You know what I mean?
You know what? I was going to say that all the old people, because, I grew up with really super old people. So when I tell these stories, I think people don't understand where I'm coming from. It sounds like something a grandfather would pass down.
Yeah.
But in the country where I grew up, we had all this old folklore. And basically all the old people used to say, trip this. You know who Stevie Ray Vaughan was?
Yeah.
Basically, his spirit... Basically, I try to say jumped it to Stevie Ray Vaughan because, he ended up dying in a helicopter crash. Right. But if you pay attention to his style of music, he mimicked a little bit of Robert Johnson and a little bit of B.B. King. And who was the other dude? He used to always riff with basically...
White guy?
It was a black dude that was his mentor. I forgot his name.
Who, Stevie Ray Vaughan?
Yeah, something Collins. Because if you look at the early 80s when he's sitting with this old black dude that was a blues singer, he taught him basically how to play, like do all the riffs and stuff. But I think the dude's name was Collins, I forgot. But he basically was showing him back in the day, like how to play and all that stuff. But, wait. I don't know what he was wearing there. But point being, I would do just those songs. I would turn those two songs into movies.